Hey guys, we filmed this Sears Emerson turn of the century the last time we were here, but somehow the footage got lost. I was transferring it off my phone to the computer, which normally works fine, and for whatever reason, when I looked up the file on my computer, it came up as like a tiny file that wouldn't open, and I looked at the phone and it was gone, so I don't know how that happened. It's never happened before, and hopefully it'll never happen again. So, easiest thing to do is just film it over again. This is one of the fans that I've been looking for years and couldn't find. I did not know these existed till I saw them in the Sears catalog a few years ago. It's a K63 of sorts. It's got vents in the side of it, which is not normal for the K63. And it's got the plastic housing that goes over the upper canopy, like a blender fan. And it's got the newer flywheel and the newer switch housing. And 46-inch wood blades, even though the motor and the housing are all 52-inch size. And so when I saw it, I'm like, well, that's weird. I have to have one. Will, I believe, spotted a few of these in a shop in Michigan, and then Andrew Gould found one, and I bought it off him for... it wasn't cheap. It was a fair price. It wasn't expensive. It wasn't cheap. It was a fair price. And then another one turned up, and I had jumped at the chance to get it. And this is the light that came with it, although these shades didn't come with it. These shades came from my good friend... Actually, I gave them to my good friend Jonas, and he didn't have a use for them. He wanted to find a use for them for years, and he never found one. He used the center shade, but not the sides. And then I asked if he wasn't going to use them, could I trade him back for them for my foyer? But then I found the shades that are currently on the fan in the foyer, and I like those just as much, so now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. There's a part of me that wants to hang this in the kitchen just like this with the... with these shades and everything, but I think it would hang too low. Yeah, but I like this just how it is, actually. Don't you, Metal Pete?
Yeah, it is very nice.
Only thing I don't like is I always hate a brass light kit on a fan that has no other brass parts. I know that's inevitable in some cases because they didn't make this type of light kit in brown, but I wish there was just like one brass thing on the fan that was natural to the fan. So we got 4 LED bulbs in it, and we're drawing 0.18 amps, which if you were to calculate that, 0.18, I have the laptop in front of me. We were doing a video chat, but everybody had to go, and they'll be back later. So 0.18 times 120 is 22 watts divided by 4 bulbs. Is theoretically, this is 5 watts a bulb, but if we check it out, it's actually only drawing, is that right? 13 watts?
Yeah.
It's actually only drawing 13 watts, which is divided by 4 is only 3 1/4 watts per bulb. It's because it has a very low power factor. So that's cool. LEDs use even less than you would think. I don't know let's see, what are they actually rated for?
Okay.
4 watts. So they use less than they're rated. They draw more current than the wattage rating would apply.
Okay.
So, okay, well, let's check it out. Let's go through the speeds and do the things, and, you know. That was the capacitor arcing, is what you just got there.
Oh.
It had the capacitor discharged across the terminals of the pull chain. It happens from time to time.
Okay. And of course, that's what it's drawing. About 0.3.
Yep.
So, we got... it's using 10 watts right now.
Yep. So that's a low power factor as well.
Yep. And then 0.28 for a power factor.
That's a nice low power factor.
Yep. Okay. A little bit of a... Well, what's the blade span on this one? This is 46 or...
Oh yeah, 46.
A little fast. Thought they'd have a slower low, but... Okay, here's medium.
I like that they have a nice slow low. It seemed fast to you? It seemed slow to you last time we tested it.
Huh, I don't know.
What's the,
watts? It's using about 60 watts.
What was I going to ask you? I don't remember. It wasn't that. Oh, well. Don't worry about it.
And then power factor is 0.75. Power factor of 3/4.
Still less than 1.
Yep.
Power factor of 1 is when it is drawing,
Yeah.
exactly what, you would think it would be drawing.
Okay. Here's high. Okay, let me get up this. And 1.02 amps on high. So 96 watts is what I remember, and power factor's not much higher, like 0.78.
Okay.
So okay. Here is spin down. Now I don't think there was reverse on here from last time.
Okay, so I'm reading up on power factor. So it is actually better to have a power factor of 1. The higher the power factor, the better.
Interesting.
But of course, the less wattage drawn, the better as well in terms of efficiency.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure this out because this is all new to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it says it is a measure of how efficiently electrical power is converted into useful work. The ideal power factor is 1. Anything less than 1 means that extra power is required to achieve the task at hand. All current flow causes both loss in the supply and distribution system.
Okay.
So
There's
go ahead.
no reverse on here.
No.
Okay, so then we go right to the decade box and see what it does. Let's crouch down.
So it's a power factor of 1 is better for the electric company, not necessarily better for the consumer, although it is better for
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it starts on 4.
Okay, and it draws about the same, right? Now, what was it drawing on factory low? It was more like 0.3, wasn't it?
Yeah,
okay,
very
so
close to
it's
0.3, so. Alright. This is 4. Now here's 5. Okay, this is close to factory low right here. 0.28 it was.
Yeah.
And this is what you would get for a low speed.
And I wonder if the power factor is similar. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
What's the power factor compared to the...
6 watts, I'll call it.
Yeah. So that power factor is lower.
Way low. Like
yeah.
0.17.
So, again, it's drawing less current at this point, or drawing less wattage at this point. But I'm trying to figure out if there's any... So the disadvantage to a low power factor is that you need equipment that's rated for higher current. So let's say you're picking out a solid-state wall control.
Yeah.
Okay? And you're trying to determine the wall control you need for your fans. You know, if a fan only draws 25 watts, but the power factor is very low, it's going to draw more than 0.25 amps or whatever. It's going and so you need equipment that's designed, because what you need as far as controls and wiring and all that is determined by amperage, not wattage. But I mean, so your equipment cost is higher with a low power factor because you're compensating for more current draw. But other than that, I can't see what the disadvantage would be, since what you're billed out at is kilowatts, not kiloamps. Or hundo amps.
Okay.
I'm still trying to learn this stuff.
6, 7, 8. So this would be low medium.
Yeah.
Like on my living room control. 9, 10, 12. This would be your medium with a learning remote right here.
And what was the factory medium? Like 0.65 or something?
Yeah, and that's just a little bit above, like 0.7. It was like 0.66. So that's not much higher than that. So that's sounds about right for a medium.
Yarp.
If you want to use a learning
Narp.
remote. And here's 13. 0.76. This would be like high medium on my living room wall control that I currently have.
That's a good range of speeds, actually. It's not bad.
Yeah, I would go with like the 5813 4-speed. So here's 14, 15, 16.
The light's shaking a little.
Yeah.
That's probably the switch housing. It's probably the center shaft, honestly. Those center shafts are not well designed. That's why,
Yeah.
That's why Tom Frampton changed to the K55 in part and designed the K55 with a bigger shaft.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said.
Okay, you're 17. Okay, I'm 18. Okay, am I over? I'm gonna check.
I don't think so, but I don't remember where it was.
I hit high, and it's...
Yeah, you're hair over. You were right. Good,
Yeah.
good eye, good memory, good something. Oh, by the way, somebody emailed me today selling me some Union fans.
Oh?
Yeah, I'll show you. They also have some of these SMCs for sale, but I don't... Do you know anybody that wants these? The Hampton Bay SMCs?
Not for me.
That one looks like it must have replaced the Union because it's got a shekel on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So those would be ball socket.
Yeah, they would be ball socket, but they want. Where's the Unions? Here we go. Yeah, they got 2 of these,
Okay.
and they said just make an offer. I told them 25 a piece.
Okay. Cool.
And I can't tell if they're round. And that's not their picture. They got that from a YouTube video. It's Andrew's picture.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Actually, I can see it right there. See the stripe right there?
Yeah.
That's similar to the one gold line I have in my bedroom.
So since they're striped, they're probably pointy.
Yeah.
Come to Papa.
Yes.
They're in Minneapolis, so next time you're up in Minneapolis or I'm up in Minneapolis, we'll have to go get them.
Okay. All right.
Do you have any gigs in Minneapolis?
No.
Ah,
No.
neither do I. I gotta schedule some.
Yeah.
I have a possibility of going to Minneapolis in October, but it sure would be nice to get pointy gold lines before then.
Yes. All right. Solid state.
Good eye. I did not notice that the side there. You sussed it out.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, good. I'm glad I decided to offer them because I like the pointy much better than the round.
Yeah. Now, you gave me a gold line that is round bottom, and I've used that one.
Which one? I don't remember that.
It's labeled Envirofan. It looks exactly like Chandra's
Is it an
picture.
early gold line?
Yes.
Yeah, I did loan you one of those.
Yeah,
That was
I used it.
Yeah, those are cool. Those are great. I mean, they perform just as good as the pointy ones.
Same.
Yeah, it's just a different shape, but I like the look of the pointy ones
Yeah,
best.
that's what I've seen the most of myself.
Although my second favorite would be the round bottom with the little circle in the center, kind of like a pro line, and then the 3 little nuts along. You know what I'm talking about? The 3 little nuts.
I don't think I've seen that.
But you know what I'm talking about, though. You know how, like, even the polished aluminum ones that we restored, you can kind of see where the screw went through in some of them? And there's a 3 little posts, kind of?
Yeah.
Some of them had that went all the way through and there was a nut on the bottom.
Okay.
And those are my second favorite.
Oh, like the... Oh. You mean like the ones in the Caribbean Cove? Are you talking
No, not like that.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let's see what's a drawing. 0.3.
I want those, too, like the ones in Caribbean Cove, though. And they,
There's that music store, too.
I know. Have you been to that music store?
Not yet.
It's in Baraboo.
Okay.
They will not sell them to me.
Oh. I know I tried to...
Mark Wilson has a cool profile picture. Look at that. He's got his Fanimation shirt on. He says, I stand against racism, and he's doing the metal hands.
Yeah.
It's a good combination.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Still not bad.
No, it's at least living room quiet, maybe bedroom. It's hard to tell because it's not,
Yeah, it's pretty quiet. And here is high.
Yeah, I'd almost call that bedroom quiet.
Yeah, it's...
Now I'm excited because they could be pointy. Pointy, pointy.
Yes.
And I sure do love a good pointy fan.
Who's selling them?
Somebody that saw my YouTube video, and they saw my YouTube video of the SMC, they're like, hey, I've got a bunch of these SMCs, do you want them? And I'm like, yeah, I'm always nice when I reply to people, because
of course.
You never know. And so I'm like, hey, I appreciate you reaching out to me, but I'm actually good on those. You know, you're probably going to get the most for them if you just put them on Craigslist for like $20 a piece for people that need fans for their shop. They're not really worth enough for collectors to go for them. And they're like, okay, fine, what about here? We also have these old Unions. Are these worth even anything at all, or should I just throw them away? And I said, well, actually, I would get, if you want to sell some fans to me, I'd get the old Unions. And they're like, oh, great, because we have 2 of them. And all 2, you say, you know? And so they're willing to hold them for me until the next time I go up there. But I have a lot of family that lives up there, so I'm actually going to probably have my family pick them up as soon as they get back to town. And then somebody can pick them up for my family.
But that's all the tests. Yeah,
0 to high.
0 to high.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Gotta do the old 0 to high.
Of course. Let's watch.
Have we ever done a 0 to high with wattage? Let's do it with amperage first and then do it with wattage. And just
Okay,
see.
sure.
Or we could even do it with power factor. Let's do all three.
Yeah.
Let's find one that has a strong inrush and do it with that.
All right. Well.
See, does this have a strong inrush? It's got a subtle inrush.
1.0.
It's enough that we can try it.
Okay. Let's see. 1.03.
It'll go down to 1.02. Okay, so try it again with wattage, and then try it again with power factor.
Okay. All right. So, wattage. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's try wattage. 11. 11.4.
103 and dropping. Seems like inrush is more noticeable with wattage than it is with
current.
Yeah. It's interesting to know. It's the highest was 103, which is still below a power factor of 1. So if you want to know the top current that it draws, you still need to do that with amperage.
Yeah.
Okay, and now it's down to okay. So let's do it with power factor and see if that changes with inrush. This is all very interesting. I am learning. I like learning.
All right.
Especially that I don't actually have to get up at 6 in the morning to go to school.
Yeah. Power factor of 1 right now. It's turned off. Interesting. It reads power of 1.
Yeah, when it's drawing nothing, of course it's going to read a power factor of 1.
Okay, so
because interesting. So it went down and then up and then down again.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Now back up.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we have done some learning, and we got some more fans to test, and we'll see how many fans we get to tonight, and we're going to eat some pizza, because that's an important part of fan testing.
Sure.
So thanks for watching.